Welcome back to another video. We're just standing in the shed here now. It's a dirty old day here. There's misty old rain blowing around and not a nice morning now. It's a bit cooler as well, jacket on, so we're getting into that time of the year again, I suppose. After all the fine weather, you wouldn't be used to it now, but look, what can you do? In this video now we're after scanning the spring calving cows there, and I have the results of them. The weanlings there, they're out a while there now getting their meal, and an update there on what we're going to do in the shed. And if anyone is watching and haven't subscribed, maybe you consider subscribing there. Make a push on there to maybe get 3,000 subscribers there over the next couple of months anyway, before year end anyway. It'll be a good milestone to hit. So look, if you haven't already subscribed and you're watching and you like what you see, sure, maybe subscribe to us there and click the like button there, and sure, see how we go. So just down here with some of the cows now that we're moving down here to Gorchine, where we have a bit more grass from where we scanned them there in Sherwood. Just moving them down here, like there's a good pick of grass down here, so they can clean this off here. The cows that's weaned down here, like they don't want to be going in on the like of that anyway. They get a bit too strong there before calving, I think. So we'll let these maybe run around ahead of them and let the others then finish it off. But look, we've a good bit coming on, grass-wise coming on here, so it should keep them going there. So yeah, there on the scanning then, I'm happy enough with the results now this time round. Of the 65 that was done, there's 5 not in calf. So like, you'd be happy enough with them results. So what wasn't in calf then was couple of later calvings and a couple of heifers. So like, wouldn't get overly anxious there about that now. We're going on an awful lot better now this round. Happy enough with that result, like you could say that they were more or less all in calf. So yeah, like range there from 6 to 13 weeks. So they should be calving tightish enough. So yeah, look, happy enough there with that. Scanning went well, and scanning seemingly in general is going well around the country as well. So yeah. Just out here with the bulls here, the Weanlings. They're out 3 days there now as well. All went out grand, no major tearing or hullabaloo around the field looking for cows or anything. Happy enough to do their own thing. So look at the weaning from that point of view went well anyway, and went well in general anyway. So we're giving these lads, they're getting 2 buckets morning and evening, is working out around 2.8, almost 2.9 kilos a day a piece. So look, at it's a good bit there for them. Push them on. I want to push these now as much as I can to get them as heavy as I can before they come into the shed. Just while they're at grass here, to get as much as we can into them, or onto them, I suppose, if I'd say it right. The programme we went with these, sure, they have been wormed. They got their second worm dose there. We nearly have it 3 weeks gone there now, so it should be after doing its thing. There's no major dirty arses there on them now or anything, just a bit of from the soft grass they're on. After grass, after a meadow here. This piece here is a little bit rougher, but the field was mowed there out behind them. They got a worm dose, and then going out then we done them with both IBR and the pneumonia vaccine to the bovilus. We went with the live IBR again just to make sure. But yeah, haven't been using it there for the last few years now. We have, touch wood, haven't had any major problems in the shed with the weanlings as they came in or anything, so it has been working well. So we're going to stay going down that road anyway for the time being anyway. There on the worming, I've joined up with it's the MARC's scheme. It's about finding out about resistance to wormers. So like, what consists of, you get your different samples. You take a sample as you're going along through the year to see is there worms in your calves or cattle, and then if they do show up that you have a worm and a need to dose, you then take a sample pre-dosing from an animal, and the specific animal, you take their tag number and write it down on the pot. So you take a sample from each before and after the same animal, then you'll take a pot and write their number down, and you do that for a certain number of animals in your group. So it'll sort of, you're sure of the animal either has worms or hasn't worms to start with, and then at the end it's different lengths for different doses, but probably in around the 3 weeks mark you take them again, and it'll show then if the wormer is working, if you have resistance. So like, I'd be interested in seeing that, because we often done dosing and wonder, did it work or did it not work, or was it any good? Maybe if it was interest to anyone that's watching this as well, like, it'd be no harm, go on to your Teagasc and the MARCs. It's a free scheme, so they're interested in getting people into it as well, just to, to get a wider test, more animals into it. Probably we went the wrong way about this, because we've been worming through the year. But look, as the year was, it probably wasn't a hard worm year. It's more likely the last spell there, when this rain is after coming out, the worms is really starting to come up out of the ground. So maybe, look, we'll see. We'll do a few samples along anyway and see, especially from the calves that haven't been weaned. We'll be working on them, taking a few samples. They've been dosed. They've been nearly dosed a month now, so we'll take a few samples off them and get them sent in and see what way they're going. Like, I'd be hopeful that we don't show up worms that quick after that dose, because we went for the more expensive one. So you'd be reckoning that it should. Now, unless we have a resistance, I don't think we do, but you never know. And that's sort of the idea of these testing, like, to really show up there what. A little bit of coughing in them there now, but hopefully it's only after eating a meal. I don't think any of them was anyway sick looking or anything, so it's probably from the meal there. Swallowing it down as quick as they can. But yeah, that's just on that there, just a bit there on that. And sure, as we're going along, I'll just do a video there as we're going along on taking the samples. Sure, there's nothing extraordinary about taking samples. It's one of the nicest jobs in the world, but look at it has to be done. I was asking there what sort of mats are people using in their slatted sheds for cows. So after a bit of going around, I went around to a few lads around here. There's a few local lads here, and we went with the Easy Fix mats here anyway. I went around seeing where they were put in. In one place there was mats down for 12, 13 years, and they're the same as new, no turning up, no nothing on cows as well. So I reckoned that it was a good opportunity there to go for these when I'm after seeing them. Like, it's very hard to know what way to go when you can't see it. You're buying off a leaflet. So look, went with these. They're after arriving here now this morning, just there on a couple of pallets. Came on 3 pallets there, 2 pallets to one side and one there for the middle ones here, to come here in 3. So to go down like that. Haven't started putting them in yet. That's the way to go down. And then on the back of them, sure, everyone probably has seen them anyway, but there's the buttons here, whatever you want to call them, tabs or whatever goes down between the slats here. You tip them down into this joint, drive them down in there, and it holds them. So yeah, look, went with them there. Like, as everyone knows, the slat bats, they're not a cheap option. Like, Jesus, sure they're the same price as the slats again, but look, if it makes it more comfortable for the cows and all, like, sure, it'll be worth it. Definitely shouldn't be as slippy on it anyway, I reckon so, and sure, there's give in it as well, so it has to be softer than the slats. But yeah, look, they look fairly good, and I've seen anyway, it looks good. And what I'm looking at here now, when they're up, they're a robust looking mat. So I reckon there should be a good bit of going in and there, and it has to be. Like, I've seen the proof of it, like I've seen it in other sheds there around. So and the men that had them were happy with them. So look, we just took a chance on them there anyway, and I'd say we'll be happy enough with them anyway. So we'll be we'll be working on these now over the next few weeks, I suppose, putting them in there when we get a bit of time, just drop them in. Like, there's no major panic on it yet, but sure, that's like always, it doesn't be long coming around, and there's always jobs coming on as well. So time doesn't be long running out for these types of things. But look, so yeah, we've took the step into that anyway. Sure.